Namaste. I'm Alkanandama, Ayurvedic doctor and principal of Alandi Ayurveda Gurukula, an Ayurveda school in Boulder, Colorado. Today, I'd like to share a little bit of an Ayurvedic perspective on climate change, on our climate emergency. Wow, do those ancient texts really talk about extreme weather? They do. In fact, ancient civilizations have been completely destroyed by climate change much less severe than that which we are experiencing now. And I'm going to be reading from the Charak Samhita, an ancient Ayurvedic text. And for those that are interested, it's chapter 12 of Sutrasthana that does talk about extreme weather. It talks about Vayu. Vayu means wind. In the body, it's Vata. We've been hearing about Vata a lot in these YouTubes that I've been making. In the atmosphere, it's Vayu, the wind. And when Vayu, the normal Vayu, moving around in nature, performs these functions. It holds up the earth, it kindles fire, it disposes the continuous movement of the sun, moon, stars, the constellations, the planets, making clouds, rainwater, initiating streams, producing flowers and fruits, causing plants to sprout, demarcating the seasons in their proper order, the division of dhatus, manifesting the measure and shape of the dhatus, all the different essences that make up the plants, strengthening the seeds, the growth of plants, removing excess moisture, absorbing the normal transformation. But when it's moving about in nature in the vitiated condition, when the vayu has become disturbed in nature, it shows these effects, churning the tops of mountains, churning trees, producing high tides in oceans, sea level rise and swelling tides, overflowing lakes, countercurrent in rivers, earthquake, the moving of clouds with sound, the showering of dew, thunder, dust, sand, fish, frog, snake, alkali, blood, stone, and thunderstorm. Kind of sounds like the plagues of Egypt. A derangement of the seasons. The crops do not come up in a compact way. The animals fish become sick, like that terrible fish die-off that is happening at the moment. Replacing the positive factors with negative ones. And releasing cloud, sun, fire, and wind, which bring about the end of the 4 ages. The end times, are ultimately brought about by this extreme weather and extreme geological phenomena orchestrated by Vata. Vayu. Vayu is all-powerful, producer, and indestructible. It can cause negation of the positive factors in creatures. It brings about both happiness and misery. So this is very, very interesting, because everything we're going through now, the terrible forest fires that are happening on the west coast at the moment, the rising sea level, which can then result in flooding when there are swelling tides and tsunamis and hurricanes, and all these things that are happening, they are the work of Vayu when Vayu has become disturbed. How has Vayu become so disturbed as to cause all these extreme weather events? We know that climate change is human-caused, and that we, the human beings, are the ones who have disturbed the Vayu, disturbed the wind, disturbed the prana. How have we disturbed the prana? Let's look a little deeper. We know that the proximate cause, the physical cause of climate change is the greenhouse gases, the CO2 and then other worse greenhouse gases, including methane and the HFCs, which are the coolants that are being used in your fridge and your air conditioning and everything, which, as you're using air conditioning so you can survive the extreme weather, is making the extreme weather become much, much worse because it's 1,000 times more potent greenhouse gas than CO2. And there's the carbon soot that's being emitted that's also very potent because it's blackening the ice, causing the ice to melt. We know all these things. The science is readily available for all of us to read and study. Why? Why are we making these greenhouse gases? That has to be looked into a little more deeply. It is our greed. It is our greed that is causing us to burn these fossil fuels and create these greenhouse gases. So one of our spiritual teachers, Shri Gajanan Maharaj, who taught us how to do the Agnihotra, the small fire ceremony that we do every morning and evening at Alandi, he explained that when we're burning these fossil fuels for our own profit, our own comfort, to wage our own wars, to enrich corporations, when we're doing this, we are conducting a negative fire ceremony. We have fallen off the cosmic wheel. So we're going to take it one step further, and we are going to look at Bhagavad Gita. What does Bhagavad Gita say about this? Bhagavad Gita talks about doing sacrifice, doing ceremony. Not this negative fire sacrifice of burning fossil fuels and polluting the atmosphere and disturbing Vayu, but positive sacrifices. This can be something like, again, the Agnihotra that we do here at Alandi every sunrise and sunset. It can be the ceremonies that are conducted by the Native Americans. It can be lighting Shabbat candles. It can be Mass, ceremonies in church, ceremonies in the home. It can be any ceremonies that you are drawn to perform and that you know how to perform in a proper way. It can also be doing your yoga practice, doing your pranayama, doing some small fasts. It can be practicing meditation, sacrificing your busy mind into the fire of knowledge, sacrificing your desires into the fire of knowledge. There's many ways, according to what we like, that we can start to perform sacrifice. Then we situate ourselves on the proper wheel of sacrifice. It says, Devan bhavayatanena tadeva bhavayantu va parasparam bhavayanta shraya paramavapyastha. That by this do you nourish the devas, the shining beings who instruct Vayu how to give us good weather, good seasons, and good crops. By this do you nourish the shining ones, the devas, and they in turn nourish you. Thus nourishing, thus cherishing each other, you shall reap the supreme good. We need to live on the wheel of sacrifice because life comes from food, and food comes from rain. Look at these terrible droughts that are causing incredible, heart-wrenching food insecurity and famine in so many countries in Africa. Where does the rain come from? From sacrifice, from ceremony. This is the really important point, and that we need to situate ourselves on the wheel of sacrifice. We need to be engaged in nourishing the shining ones so that they in turn will nourish us. If we do not situate ourselves on this wheel of sacrifice, our life is a useless life. Worse than useless, because when out of our greed, even out of our carelessness, even out of our ignorance of the scientific facts that are placed before us, we continue participating in all this burning of fossil fuels, we are living a useless life, and we are disturbing the Vayu that is causing this extreme weather. So we can do three things. We can look at whatever things we can change in our own life, even small things, like not ordering stuff on Amazon and sending it back. Small steps we can take. We can look at the activism that we engage in, because we know we can't do it by ourselves. Everyone has to rise up together and say, stop this. Stop burning these fossil fuels out of greed and carelessness and envy and pride. Start living on the wheel of sacrifice. We can make some sacrifice of our own money, even if we don't have much money, to help those who are already suffering catastrophic effects of climate change. I'll put some links in the description, the YouTube description, so that you can make some donation for Pakistan. And pretty soon we'll be getting a special website up to help you get the word out, so people can donate to help the people in Pakistan who've lost everything, their animals, their crops, their homes, their loved ones. They've lost everything in a flood that really seems like the end times. And we are the ones that have caused it, not them. And the land that is today Pakistan, like the land that is today India, is the home of all these teachings that I've been sharing from, the home of Ayurveda, the home of the Vedas, the home of all these wonderful teachings. And these simple, resilient people who live close to the earth, they haven't done anything to help cause climate change. They are suffering from our actions, and we need to help them. So let's pull together to help them. And of course, we need to look at how we do situate ourselves on the wheel of sacrifice. Do we want to learn how to do the Agnihotra at sunrise and sunset, to actual sacrifices? Do we want to learn how to do other ceremonies or rituals that appeal to us? Do we want to give the sacrifice of our yoga practice, our pranayama, best of all, of our meditation? This we must decide for ourselves, so that we can see how we stop being part of the cycle of greed and ignorance and carelessness, and how we become increasingly every day more and more part of the solution. Thank you, my dear brothers and sisters, for listening to me talking about this. Please remember to like and share so we can get the word out about this, because it is the crucial issue of our time. And we'll see you next week. Namaste.